Good morning, Flosstube. I have been away for over a month, and I'm so sorry that I have not been back to see you before now. August flew by, and as I almost always say, it has been so busy. As you can also see, I cannot decide what to do with my hair. So we're back to the curly, leave it alone do, and you'll be like everyone else. You'll either love it or hate it. So this is I need to get out and walk. I get very sweaty. It's easy to keep hairdo. So natural curl, no perm. This is just me. As the weather cools off, I'll probably go back to my straight hair. I guess that's the good thing about being old. You don't have to worry too much about what other people think if it's doable for your situation. Anyway, so happy to be with you today. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. Welcome to new subscribers. Do you know I am coming up on my 1-year Flosstube anniversary? It will be September 7th that I have been with you all making videos, and that is hard for me to believe. What a year it has been. So I will have another video for happy 1-year anniversary, hopefully coming up in a week or so. I also promised you a view of Roxy, our dog, and my daughter, who is back from abroad, graciously consented to film Roxy and put her in the video somehow, and she'll use her editing magic. Also, she will try to do some close-ups of some of the work that I show. We are working hard, she especially, on making a better quality video for you, because I know how it feels to want to see someone's beautiful work and not always have that be as clear as we would like. The other exciting news is I have 2 finally finished objects, and we have already hung these on our wall and just have enjoyed seeing them every day. I took them off the wall, of course, to show you this morning. These are my Rosslyn Chapel finishes. There are 2 patterns, and we decided to group them together. This is the smaller one. You can see we chose the purple matte with the gold frame that has some black touches on it. Beautiful design. My husband actually selected these frames. I would not have chosen them, but I love the way they ended up looking. Then our other Rosslyn Chapel is the bigger piece. This one, we chose the green matte. Same frame. So they group beautifully together, and we have hung them with our wedding sampler, which you have seen before, and I may even ask my daughter to include a photograph of that grouping. We'll hope to get that in. It's what we had envisioned for that wall, and he would love to add some other samplers to that. You know what that means, more busyness. Get more done. So thrilled with this finish, a beautiful back. We did take this to our local Hobby Lobby, and we're very pleased with the final result. But I will tell those of you who have used the box stores before, we had to send them back the first time. They were crooked and not well stretched. Then it took them about another 3 weeks, but I am very pleased with the work they did this time. Whether I would trust them with a very large piece, I'm not sure, but we are thrilled with these. The next thing I want to show you is not a finish. No excuse except that other projects called to me. I do have a deadline on this piece, which means it needs to go to work with me, and I need to pick it up instead of anything else. St. Paul Cathedral. St. Paul's Cathedral, sorry. Language this morning. And you can see the white space. There is no question what needs to be finished. But what I have filled in has worked well. So I'm pleased, and this will not be framed for our son's birthday, but hopefully it will be finished and we can get it framed after that. That was the London collection, and it was Sheila Elliott as the designer, and I know I tell you that every time. I have one of the purse pieces that I showed you in my last video, which was a gift, almost finished. And I'm hoping the next time you see this, it will be finished and maybe even already made into a pillow. This is Victorian Thistles. And this has been my work piece for the last few weeks. But I haven't had as much time to stitch on my lunches. I've had other phone calls and errands to do. But here's what we have. You're not seeing as much of the lavender and the purple as you will when it is finished. What I've done is mostly the greens. And it's a tiny piece on 18 count Aida. But I think with the right backing fabric, it will be a beautiful little accent pillow. We'll have to find a place to put it in our home. But quite a fun stitch. And the 18 count Aida has been such a nice break, so I've enjoyed that, along with my St. Paul's Aida. You all know that I fell in love with a heartstring samplery piece, months ago. Had purchased the pattern and had done nothing with it. It is called New Every Morning. I had put on my wish list to get the fabric and the specialty flosses for this one and to get it started, which I was able to do a few weeks ago. And I would not have put this down at all, except for something that you'll see in just a minute that came up. This stitching has been just fun. There's no other way to describe this lovely piece. And I should be able to tell you the fabric, but I did not bring the project bag with me, but I did purchase this at my local needlework store. So the big pink flower and the bud are finished. The blue flowers are finished. I'm working on a leaf. You can see the green there. And then began the basket underneath where you see the brown. The specialty threads that I bought were the 2 blues and the 2 pinks. Everything else I converted to DMC. But this piece will not be very large. I think it will be such a lovely addition to our living area. And you know how much I love the verse that we stitch on this piece. It is the one that is done 1/1, along with those little birds. Heartstring samplery. Okay. This is the piece that called me away from everything else. And my husband's enthusiasm for this piece just was contagious. So I ordered from 123 Stitch the beautiful Edinburgh linen for my Mary Queen of Scots sampler, which you have seen. It is a huge piece, even on 36 count linen, which I purchased. I did decide to stick with DMC for my threads because it requires so many threads, and you will see in my little bag that was a gift from my daughter, I have put all of my DMC skeins together. This color is 816, and we agreed as we looked at all the DMC reds that this one looked the richest and would blend well best in our living room. Let me try to hold this up to show you what I've done. So this is a Y, very ornate because of the French influence. And you see the crown, which is almost the center. I believe it is the center of the design. This will be a very large medallion motif that I've just started yesterday. And I'm going to have to frog this little area. There's a mistake there. Then these will be garlands that go above the motifs here. But it is done on 36 count Edinburgh linen. And I had, where is my, it is cream / ivory. That is the color. Once I got used to the 36 count and got a needle that cooperated with me, I went much faster, but I was struggling. The needle I was using kept shredding my floss. So I don't know what needle I had, but it's going in the trash, that's for sure. So you will see, I hope, this project grow. If I were to hold this up, you will see. Now, I do have large borders because I ordered the piece as it was sold on 1-2-3 Stitch, but it's still going to be a very, very big piece. Can't even show you how big that's going to be. Lifetime Achievement Award, maybe? Anyway, such fun. My other struggle with this one has been the best tool to use for tension. I started with my fanny frame, but it kept loosening even with the tightening screw that I had learned to use. I ended up putting it on my Q-snap, but that seems to be working the best. This is one piece I wish I had a scroll frame set up, but for now I think that Q-snap is going to work well, and I don't need to purchase any more tools or stands or anything right now. But root me on with the beautiful Mary Queen of Scots. I have one other small stash item to show you, and then a thank you to a special stitcher. When I was ordering my fabric and my floss from 1-2-3 Stitch, since I had decided not to use specialty threads, which are of course more expensive, I justified to myself ordering this beautiful DMC collection of the new colors, and I wanted the gold 10. I just did. This shows a picture of all the colors included. And I want to show you the inside. I was just a little disappointed that when it arrived, although the 10 is in amazing shape, some of the threads had lost their little sleeves. So you can see some have fallen down a little. They're actually attached to the 10 with some sticky two-sided tape. But you can still see the, oops, well, there went that. Huh. You know what, guys? They're attached all right. They're on a plastic card. How funny is that? I didn't even know that. Okay, we're going to try this again. You can see how beautiful those colors are. And 1-2-3 Stitch had them for a very good price. So I'm excited to have those in my collection. The booklet is included, again, with the pictures of the colors. And I will not show the patterns inside, of course, though I will show the beautiful picture of those flosses. But inside the booklet are some patterns designed especially for use of those colors, and these will be fun to do. There are some florals, there is a set of buildings and trees, and a beautiful alphabet. So this will be well used. I think now that I have shown you, I will take them off the card and decide to file them in my system, and maybe, ooh, I could use this 10 for Mary Queen of Scots. That would keep it so nice and clean. I think I'll do that. That just popped into my head. Now, this morning, I was watching a video as I was getting ready, and Kimberly, the Distracted Stitcher, has a new video which she posted yesterday, and I always love to watch her. She does beautiful work, and she had given me a shout out this morning, and it just made my day. Kimberly, thank you so much. You didn't know that I needed a lift this morning, but you definitely gave me one. And I encourage you all to go check her out. She has some beautiful, beautiful work. She is a mom of boys and is homeschooling her boys. So I have a special place in my heart for her since I am a homeschool mom. She showed today some beautiful buttons, flare buttons, I believe they call them, that she had ordered from an Etsy shop, and now that has left me, but it's on her video, and shown how she had made them into needle minders. So I pulled out my flare, although one is missing and I'm not sure where it went, from when we went to San Francisco. These are flare buttons from that beautiful city. And they look about the same size as hers that she had ordered. So I am hoping that I can get the pens off of these. These are made to be pens. And try the magnets that she suggested. And she puts one on the front and one on the back as her needle minder, which is a great idea because then you can just flip the one that you see. So I need to find my missing one, and I have sent her a question as to where she got the magnets. She did say 3 millimeter thick, and they're little round magnets, and she puts one on each flare button. So thank you, Kimberly, too, for inspiring me to get busy with my needle minders. I hope this will be a wonderful week for you. We just celebrated Labor Day yesterday here in the United States, so our work week will begin today. I think fall is sneaking in after a day full of rain and thunderstorms yesterday. It was much cooler this morning. We know that fall will come to Texas. It may just be a little bit later. So have a great week. Do all the stitching you can. And again, thank you for taking your time to be here with me. Thank you for new subscribers, and be sure to keep your videos coming. It is such a boost in my day to share what you're doing. More soon to celebrate that 1-year anniversary. Take care. Bye-bye.